It seems Olori Naomi is beginning to develop cold feet all of a sudden. Yes, because for how far these people have fought and how far they have come with all of this puzzle in the palace, and then Naomi looking at every single thing that have transpired over time, and then she is all of a sudden, beginning to say that she needs more time to think things over. It is safe to say that Naomi is beginning to develop cold feet. Yes, it is safe to say that because although in Naomi, we all know that Naomi would want to return back into the palace. No matter the condition of things, Naomi should be in fact the first person to be on the forefront of this matter to be returning back into the palace because the Oni has done so much. The Oni has fought, the Oni has done literally every single thing a human can do to make sure that his wife returns to him. But then all of a sudden, Olori Naomi beginning to say that she needs more time to think. It is indeed questionable. Yes, it is questionable because the matter on ground right now is beginning to spark lots of reaction, and these reaction are coming in from different set of persons as per the reason why Naomi is all of a sudden seeking um more time to think things over before her return into the palace. So my people right now know as this matter it can't take be it has become indeed a thing that we'll all will look at it in a more critical way. So what is happening right now? What is happening right now is the fact that Olori Naomi Olori Naomi is that one person who has endlessly, tirelessly. Naomi has done lots and a lot of things that would warrant everybody to know that Naomi is that right person to return back into the palace and take her rightful place. And for a fact that the people love Naomi, the people genuinely love Naomi, it is indeed something that it can make other people jealous. It can make other people begin to wonder that I was special about Naomi and all of those things. But it is just the truth. Naomi is a special human being. She's a special creature from God. And everybody would love Naomi. Everybody would love Naomi. So, my people, as this matter keeps on progressing day after day, you would come to that point of knowing that Olori Naomi too is human. In as much as people are saying right now that Naomi has no right to do what she is doing, Naomi should not even think of the thing she is doing. It is of course nothing compared to what we have seen over time. Yes, it is nothing compared to it because in at the end of this matter you will come to understand that Naomi has the right to make decisions. Let's not just talk about, yeah, Naomi has to return back into the palace and forget the fact, does Naomi really wants to return back into the palace? That is it. Does she really wants to return back into the palace? Because the truth of this matter remains that Olori Naomi has her own say in the midst of these things. And the more we keep sidelining her will and then looking more or at what should be there, what should be done, it is the most hilarious thing. It is the most hilarious thing that we have seen in recent times. So right now that woman is beginning, we might not call it cold feet, because Olori Naomi has to be very calculative when she's returning back into the palace. She has to be calculative about her son. Naomi has to think. Naomi has to weigh options. Naomi has to look at things. Naomi has to understand every single thing that is happening around her before she will just pick her things and start returning back into the palace. Yes, this will excite the Oni. This will make the Oni very happy. But does it make Naomi happy? These are the things we need to consider too. Because at the end of this matter, we all should know that every single thing, when it has a beginning, it has an end. Yeah, that's just the truth. Once it has a beginning, it has an end. And certainly, this matter will not determine if Naomi is. In fact, it determines if Naomi will be happy or not. She will just pack her things and return back into the palace. What if she's not happy? What if that is not what she wants? So Naomi has now requested for a little more time to think things over, and the Oni is finding it difficult to accept. The Oni is not seeing it as something that should be happening right now, that he feels he's already having his wife back into the palace, because it has been a long way. It has really really been a long way, and no matter what happens, the Oni knows very well, the Oni knows categorically that his wife would come back to him, his wife will return back to him. So no matter how this is, no matter how this matter is, we will try to look at these things, we'll try to look at these things in a more different way. Yes, because Ooni once denied Olori Naomi her freedom when Naomi fought endlessly, when Naomi fought tirelessly. Naomi did every single thing within her power. Naomi did everything she could do to make sure that she leaves the palace, but the Ooni told her that no, you are not going anywhere. So what if that was what Naomi wanted? But today, it has become a thing that Naomi must return back into the palace. Naomi must come back into the palace. My people, oh, even in the midst of this whole judging, the midst of this whole chaos, the midst of this whole thing, let's all know that that woman has a room to say what she has to say. That woman has a room to, to bring out that thing that is in her heart, and not giving her the space to do that. It is beginning to be alarming. Everybody needs to allow Olori Naomi to speak her mind. Everybody needs to allow Naomi to do that which she feels she ought to do, and that is the point where Naomi is at right now. And at this very point she is, it is a very very critical point in Naomi's life. It is a very very critical point, because if Naomi makes a silly mistake at this point, it would definitely come after her. Yes, it would definitely come after her. And this kind of mistakes, you would not, in fact, you need space, you need time so that you can avoid them. If Naomi doesn't want to come into the palace, this is the time she ought to decide. If Naomi wants to return back into the palace, this is the time she ought to decide. I know very well that if Naomi returns back into the palace today, she's not packing her things to leave tomorrow and then say that I no do again. No, she's not packing. No, if only successfully, if only successfully gets Naomi back into the palace, this is Naomi stay in the palace forever. So no matter the amount of time Naomi needs to think this over, she should go ahead and think it, because at the end, this is her life. All the people coming out on this matter, all the people saying whatsoever you wants to say, it is not this is not their life, and they will not understand the gravity of what Naomi is going through. So my people, as this matter is right now, this is it. And no matter how the whole thing becomes, no matter how the whole situation becomes, you would get to understand that Olori Naomi has the room to decide.